Hi, welcome to Snowdonian Stitches. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make my chakra crystal bunting kit. So in the kit you will find everything you need to make the bunting. On the back of your subscription box you will see everything that should be inside your box when it arrives. Okay, so let's open the box and take a look at the contents inside now. So if we just take the first wrapper off, you'll see you have everything you need in here to make your bunting. That's everything from the cotton yarns, from your needles. You've got two needles in here. You've got a sewing needle and a darning needle. On here you have your cotton thread, have your beads for the bunting centres, and you also have a crochet hook. So let me just pop those to one side. So that's everything we need there. You've got twine to actually string up your flowers once you've made them to hang your bunting. So I'm just going to remove these now. And you also in the kit receive a mystery oracle card, and these are crystal oracle cards, and they also come with a reading, that card. So it's quite a nice little surprise there, and it goes with the kit. And you will also receive your instructions, and I also make these in both UK and US terminology, okay, because I do appreciate we all learn crochet in different ways, and so I've done them in both for you. Okay, so that's the contents of our kit. So now let's get making. So let's begin with our white cotton and our crochet hook, and we're going to make a magic ring. So if you're unsure on how to make the magic ring, I have done a separate tutorial on this, so feel free to view my other videos and find that. So we're going to start with a chain 2, and it doesn't count as a stitch in this pattern, okay, it just gets us to the height we need. And in our magic ring we're going to place 16 double crochet. So just remind those who are new to the crochet how we're going to do that, and remember I'm using US terminology, sorry. So if you're using UK terminology, you'll be placing your trebles into the center. So for our double crochet, yarn over the hook, hook through the center of the ring, pull the yarn through. This will give you 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving you 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's our first double crochet. So I'll just go through that again. Yarn over the hook, hook through the center of the ring, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now we have our 2 double crochet into the center of our ring. So we're going to go ahead now and place a further 14 double crochet into the center of the ring. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last double crochet now, so I'm just going to place that last double crochet into the ring. Okay, at this point now I would advise that you count backwards just to double check you do have 16 stitches. If your stitch count is wrong at this point, your petals won't be correct, so it is worth just taking a few minutes just to count back, and it will also help you find that very first stitch to slip stitch into, because we're not going to slip stitch into that chain 2, so you don't want to get confused with that. You do need to slip stitch into the very first double crochet. So if we just count backwards at this point, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and 16 is there, and that's my first double crochet, so that's perfect. So we're slip stitch in and pull through, and at this point where we can cut our yarn, leaving a small tail just to pull through, and that will be the center of our flower complete. So now if you take your red yarn to make your first flower, we are going to join our yarn onto the center of our flower, so you can join it onto any stitch from the previous round, and just join your yarn. Okay, and once you've joined your yarn on, you're going to place a slip stitch into the next stitch. Okay, so you have your joining yarn, and then in the next stitch we've slip stitched. So into the next stitch now, we're actually going to place 4 stitches. So the following 4 stitches will all be going into the following stitch. So we're going to start with double crochet, followed by a treble crochet. So yarn over once, yarn over twice, hook through the stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to go back and slip stitch into the top of the treble we've just made. Okay, and this will make the slight point of our flower. Okay, so we just slip stitch into the very top of that treble. Working into the same stitch again, we're going to place another treble, followed by a double crochet. Okay, so that's your first petal made. Into the next stitch, we're going to slip stitch. And into the following stitch, we're going to place 4 stitches again. So beginning with our double crochet, yarn over, hook through the stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. In the same stitch, you'll place your treble crochet, yarn over once, yarn over twice, hook through the stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And it's at this point now we're going to chain 2 and slip stitch into the top of our treble crochet. Okay, I'm just going to get myself some more yarn. Okay, and now into the same stitch again, our treble, in the same stitch a double, and that creates our second petal. Okay, so in the next stitch we'll place our slip stitch, and in the following stitch we're going to place those 4 stitches again. So start with our double crochet, followed by a treble crochet, followed by chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of our treble to make that slight point of our flower. So just slip stitch there. Again, place another treble into the same stitch, followed by a double crochet. Okay, so we're going to continue working in this manner all the way around until that gives us 8 petals. So continue working round and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm just coming up to my last petal now, so I'll just go through this one with you and then I'll show you how to finish the petal off. Okay, so I'm just going to place my last double crochet, last treble crochet. Okay, oops. Followed by my chain 2 and slip stitch into the top of the treble there to make the points, and followed by another treble, followed by a double crochet. Okay, so that's my final petal done. So we should now have 8 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And to finish this round and our flower, we're now going to slip stitch into the same stitch where we originally joined our yarn. So just slip stitch into there, and that is your flower complete. So you can now cut your yarn and pull through. And we simply repeat this process for every colour in your kit. So make each one in turn. And then once we've done that, we're going to sew in the ends and then we'll attach our bead. So using your darning needle in the kit, you'll have 2 needles. You'll have a sewing thread needle and you'll have a darning needle. So take your darning needle from the kit and go ahead and turn your project over and sew in all your ends. Now we've sewn in all our ends, we're ready to attach our crystal bead to the centre of our flower. So if you go to your kit, you will find a bag with the crystal beads, and you will also need from the kit your thread, sewing thread, and also your sewing needle. Okay, so everything's in the kit here. So go ahead, find your cotton, sewing cotton, and find your sewing needle. And in the bag of crystal beads, you will find a dark red bead. There we go. This is going to be the centre of your chakra flower. Okay, so go ahead, take your needle from the pack and unwind some of the cotton yarn, and we're just going to go ahead and attach our bead to the centre of our flower, and that is our first crystal chakra flower complete. Okay, so now we're going to repeat this a further 6 times using our other colours within our kit. Okay, so remember, you've got everything in here that you need. So take your white cotton and make a further 6 white centres. Okay, and then using each colour in turn to make the petals, and then meet me back here at the end. So you should now have something that looks like this. You should have your 7 chakra flowers. Okay, there we go. Let's put them, oh, it's just going to go off camera slightly. Move them up a bit. There we go. So you can see how the bunting's going to come together. Okay, so we've sewn our first crystal bead on, so we now need to go back to our box and take our other beads. Okay, so just open the pack. You will have your brown beads to go on your mustard coloured yarn, orangey mustard, and you're going to have your yellow bead for your yellow flower, and then also in the pack you have your green bead to go on your green lotus flower, and your lovely turquoise bead to go on your blue lotus for your throat chakra. Okay, and then in the pack you have 2 further beads. Now they look quite similar, quite dark, whereas the colour in the kit is a nice lilac. The chakra beads actually come a bit darker. So the matte one, the matte bead, is for the third eye. Okay, and then the final purple bead is for the very last crown chakra. Okay, so go ahead and sew on all your beads and then meet me back here to attach to the twine. So now we have our 7 chakra flowers with our crystal chakra beads attached to the coordinating flower. So now all that's left for us to do is to string our flowers onto our twine. So go back to your kit, and in the box you will have some twine. So also taking your darning needle from the kit again, we're going to thread our twine onto our darning needle. Okay, and then in turn we are going to attach our flowers. So I'm going to start with the violet. Okay. And then my indigo. And I'm just threading these through the back loops of the petals. Okay, so just one of the petals through those back loops and just join in. Okay, and then we can slide them along here. Okay, so I'm going to take my blue for my throat chakra and attach that one. There we go. Okay, and then to take our green. There we go. So that's now our heart chakra attached. Okay, moving on to our solar plexus. Take your yellow and attach in the same way. Okay, and your next one for your sacral. A lovely buntiness, lovely energies with the crystals as well. Oh, it looks absolutely beautiful hung in any room. It's quite a statement piece. You'll get lots of comments when people see it. It's quite unusual and very interesting. People find it quite fascinating with the energy from the beads, along with the handmade of the crochet and the lotus flowers. So you've got a lot going on here. It makes it a beautiful, beautiful bunting. Okay, and then for our last base chakra, take your red and attach your red. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do now is just tie a knot in the end, leaving us with a hanging loop. Okay, and same in the other end. And because we've threaded them onto the back of the petal loops, it does mean that these are all adjustable. So when you hang it, you could adjust them as you like. Okay, so then when we hang this up now, it's going to be in the right order when we hang it on our dresser or our wall. And there we have our beautiful, just get this into camera, chakra bunting. There we go. So all that's left for you to do now is to decide where you're going to hang your bunting and which room is going to benefit from the fabulous new energy and positive energy and harmony of the chakra lotus flowers and the chakra beads. So you decide where you're going to hang your bunting. I think I'm going to hang mine on my Welsh dresser. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial on how to make the chakra crystal bunting. For those of you that are new to my channel, I do offer a subscription service for my crochet boxes. So those are available on my website, snowdoniastitches.com. So the box is going to be purchased as a one-off purchase, or you can subscribe as a monthly subscription at a discounted price. So if you're interested, pop over to my website, snowdoniastitches.com. And if you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It just helps my channel grow, helps me do more videos like this for you. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.